Welcome to the Champions League, everyone. Team bus arrivals happening as we are in the Hala Sportova in LAJKOVAC. Two big name teams, one of them you'll know well. The Eczacibasi of Istanbul are taking on Železničar LAJKOVAC of Serbia. Two tongue twisters of names, but some very high level volleyball about to be played as the ladies in orange arriving in Serbia, ready for everything. The last time these two teams faced off was just a few months ago, back in November. The Turkish side took a sweep in their home gym, and the Serbians here unable to get over 17 points in any of those three sets. As it says, Železničar are arriving off their bus, their local team, all smiles for one of their final Champions League matches, unless they can get a 3-0 win today. Sakradića ready to give her team every chance to win. Champions League, always one of the highest levels of volleyball.
Coach, you are fighting for the first place in Group C. How important is to stay focused during the whole game, despite the fact you are in better position right now?
Yes, of course. We have absolutely to win today in order to fight. Then, if we have this result, then we will fight for the first position in Milano. That will be really tough. But okay, we have to think about match by match because we already saw that when we are in champion, when we play in champion, you play in champion, everything is possible. So every team is a good team. They are a champion of their season, of their country. So we know that we have to play very well tonight, and then we can be focused on the next match in the champion in Sultan Ligi, and then we will think about Milan.
Coach, what do you expect from your team to show tonight, despite the current position?
Well, I wish first for my team, I wish to play brave, to be persistent and with a lot of energy, because that is the only way to approach to their quality of the match. Our previous experience show us that they are a great and strong team, but also I believe with our great commitment, we can play also good some part of the game.
Little word from each of the coaches before the start of the match. And of course, head coach Ratko Pavlicevic hoping his team can get something going here. And the head coach of Eczacibasi in his first season is Giulio Bregoli. We're in Pool C in the Zeren Group Champions League for 2026. Eczacibasi looking good so far. They are sitting in second place on the table, right behind Numia Volley of Milano, Italy, as you heard the coach mention. But they want to focus on one match at a time. Anna Smrek out of Canada in the locker room, getting ready, getting prepped. If you've ever had the luxury, or the honor, I should say, of playing in Champions League, you know these moments are cherished. They're full of nerves and smiles, and especially for a team like this team from Serbia, just savoring every moment. Okay, so Železničar LAJKOVAC of Serbia still have at least one more match after this one, but a win here and then a win over Olympiacos could be just enough for them to snag that lucky third place finish, wild card entry into the playoffs. But again, a 3-0 absolutely crucial. And a final goodbye to the cameras. You know, sometimes you get all smiles in the locker room and sometimes it's all business, but you like to appreciate that it is the lighter side of volleyball every so often. Coin toss just moments ago as the captains will sign off and getting ready to go. Pool C here in the CEV Zeren Group Champions League for 2026. Okay, Železničar LAJKOVAC of Serbia and Eczacibasi Istanbul of Turkey. These are the two teams, and my name is Key Michael. As always, excited to be your host for the matchup. As we mentioned, we are in the Hala Sportova in LAJKOVAC. These two teams facing off for the second time. The last match was a 3-0 win for Eczacibasi. 4 players in double-digit points in that match and 16 total team blocks. Here's a look at the schedule. Just a few moments ago, Olympiacos falling to Numia Volley. But this is an important one, especially for Eczacibasi. If you look at the table here, Milano just 1 win ahead of Eczacibasi. So a win here, crucial. And then those two will face off shortly to decide who will end up at the top of the pool. And that is important, not only for bragging rights, but we know that the top pool finisher gets to go ahead and they go directly forward into the quarterfinals. Well, the last time these two met, as we mentioned, big win for Eczacibasi. Ebrard Karakurt and Magdalena Stesiak were the top point scorers for Eczacibasi, as per usual that day. But how about the middles? They were on show. Dana Retke had 6 solo blocks, and Sinead Jakisal 12 points. That's as many as her opposite, Stesiak. And you know, if your middles are getting going, you're having a good day in the passing as well. The team notched 7 well-timed aces against the Serbians, and that's something they'll be looking to repeat again today. On the other side for Železničar LAJKOVAC, no players were able to crack that double-digit points. In fact, the top point scorer for the Serbian side was Vaja Filipovic with just 7 points, 5 of which came from her block. Only one player of these ladies in blue was able to reach a 50% attack efficiency. Milica Zivanovic. There were just 3 aces among the team, but 9 serving errors, and the Serbians will need to find a better balance in that first contact, as well as some point scoring opportunities, perhaps in transition. And with the wall that Eczacibasi put up last time, expect to see more tips, maybe some more rolls, maybe using the center of the court, some creative ways to work off the hands and out of bounds. If you are familiar with this Eczacibasi team, you'll know they have plenty of weapons in all areas. They will want to be firing on all cylinders to get that 3-0 win. That's what they need to compete with Milano for first place. But on the Turkish side, well, Ebrard Karakurt, one of the most well-known faces and perhaps haircuts in all of volleyball. Sometimes wearing pink, sometimes going blonde. We've seen blue up there at times. Surprised she doesn't go orange hair for these matches, but perhaps one day we'll see it. But Karakurt's, she's got a lot of work to do on the outside, especially considering she just transitioned in recent years from the outside, or to the outside position from the opposite, giving space to Melissa Vargas, who is with the Turkish national team in that opposite pin. She runs a little hot and cold. She wears her emotions on her sleeve, but that's what we love about a high adrenaline player. She can absolutely change a match for the better on a good day, and that's exactly what Eczacibasi will be looking for from the number 99, Ebrard Karakurt. Eczacibasi in the orange, Železničar in the blue, and Eczacibasi will also be looking for the more cool-headed Magdalena Stesiak of Poland. She'll need to bring her power and her precision, especially considering Catherine Bowden, one of the big stars of the USA national team, as well as MVP of the NCAA in her college playing days at Stanford. She's been used sparingly in the Champions League, perhaps still harboring an injury from last season. Dana Retke of the USA, a household college name. As you have a look at that entire roster there, Retke, although it's unquestionably harder to make an impact as a middle, she is a huge part of the net defense for Eczacibasi. Last time this team was in action, we saw that 3-0 versus Olympiacos of Greece, where again 4 of those players were in double-digit scoring. They want that consistency again today. And LAJKOVAC, well, they're coming off a 3-0 loss to one of the best teams in the competition, Volley Milano of Italy. And these were the players out on court to try to get it done. But when you're going up against the likes of Paola Gonu, Ana Danesi, as well as Serbian middle blocker Hena Krtičić, who will be well known to this squad, it's a big ask. And indeed it was. Coming off with a 3-0 loss was this team. Coach Pavlicevic cycled through a few different lineup rotations. He was trying to find the rhythm for his team, but LAJKOVAC just struggled to find point scorers, and that's kind of one of the big themes here for the ladies in blue. Milica Zivanovic was one of the only players to get double digits in that match against Milano, and just 11 points she put up on the board. And the team as a whole, well, they blocked 5 balls against, and again had 5 aces, which sounds good in theory until you realize 13 errors came along with it. And that's kind of what this team needs to focus on, maybe cleaning up those errors. You're going to be able to keep your eyes as well on Sara Sakragia and Bulgarian Emileta Racheva. They're going to be likely starting and try to use their experience as professional players to get a little bit of momentum out of the gates. And you have to start out strong against a team like Eczacibasi, and the Serbians will know it. Tough ask for the Serbian side. Winless as of yet in the competition, but it's now or never. A loss here means curtains. So what are we going to see out of Eczacibasi? What will we see from LAJKOVAC? Hopefully some high-level volleyball from both sides. Undoubtedly so. But as per usual, before we get going, we will step aside just to respect the CEV anthem here in the Champions League. I still get chills when I hear the anthem of the CEV Champions League. The highest level to play in Europe. An absolute honor to wear that crest on your chest. Eczacibasi will know it well. They are looking for a title here, and they're one of the teams in competition to do it, in contention. Referees for today, Serena Salvati out of Italy. And she is joined and aided by Maciej Twardowski of Poland. As per usual, the less you see of the referees, probably the better volleyball being played. Time for the starters then for Eczacibasi. Coming out early, Magdalena Stysiak in the opposite spot. She is joined by Tile Özdemir in the setting spot. Yaprak Erkek, Ebrar Kurakurt will be in the outside tonight. Jackie Sal and Emily Maglio out of Canada. Simge Akuz in the libero jersey. And head coach Giulio Bregoli. High fives all around. This is a team with plenty of depth, as you can see the rest of the faces scrolling through the handshakes. Coach Bregoli has a wealth of options to choose from. And that's the team he's gone with. First point on the board, and it belongs to Eczacibasi. As Emily Maglio back to serve. Solid blocks, and Jackie Sal working along the net. Chance for the Serbian sides. They go outside to Sakragia. Tip over, handled well. Another outside swing off the hands. And a big one from Stysiak, looking for the floor. It's not there yet. Kek keeps another ball in play, and another super scoop. Defensive rallies all over the place. As finally Eczacibasi try and put it away. Losing patience for the rally was Yaprak. She's asking for a touch, perhaps. Magdalena Stysiak given the nod. We are not moving on without challenging that. So there will be a challenge, a review in process. Early days, could be the first point for Železničar. Could be overturned. The players of Eczacibasi looking relatively convinced. As we wait for the final results, was there a finger wiggle? No such wiggle, so on we go. And the players of Železničar keep the point. Vazia Filipovic, one of the top scorers the last time these two teams met. Back to serve. Stysiak tries to find the floor again, not there. Going to the right side, heavy swing from Vanja Savic. Quick one through the middle, using Jackie Sal, and how springy she is off the floor. Getting herself up and available, even in that somewhat out of system position. Instead of moving backwards, still gets up in the air and ready to go. Ziziak, the 25-year-old opposite out of Poland. And a good point goes back Serbia's way. Fast swing from Sakrajića. Savic, 23-year-old opposite. Goes long. Too much on that one, but she's got to be aggressive, especially against a team like Eczacibasi. You cannot give them anything for free, and everyone knows it. In theory, that's your volleyball strategy 101. Serve tough and keep the errors low. Backcourt coming. No touch there, so a few points bleeding into Eczacibasi's pocket. A 4-2 lead for the Turkish side. Ziziak on the tip and a quick overpass. Özdemir, quick enough, close enough, fast enough. Getting those two hands up. Tough to read in real time. The 24-year-old outside, out of Turkey, Erkek. Solid serve out of her. Not being asked on the pin hitters at the moment. Sakrajića attempting for those tips and rolls. We talked about that being a situation we might see. Let's listen into the timeout.
Polako, polako. 7 lopti Sara, Vanja. Koliko? 4 lopti.
6-2 lead for the Turkish side here in Serbia. Ebrar Karakord hasn't yet been asked to do a whole lot. Keep an eye on her in the block. Deep serve on Sakrajića. Fast ball behind Milena Koprivica. 29-year-old Serbian middle blocker going fast on the slide. Down the middle, overpass. Great serve. But the slice too much, and Eczacibasi will take another freebie. Sinead Jakisal returns to Eczacibasi after last season. A good showing for her there. Free ball. And the 8-3 lead continues to put pressure. The Serbian side trying to sneak it past the block. Özdemir saying, absolutely not. Try these shoulders, test them, I dare you. Jakisal has experience playing in Italy, Poland, Japan. Russia, was in Galatasaray and Turkey as well. And again, the shutdown at the net. This was one of the problems that the Serbians faced last time these two teams met. 16 blocks Eczacibasi had in their first meeting, which went 3-0 the way of the Turkish. 9-4 lead. Koprivica, one of the returners from this team last season. But again, Eczacibasi, they're quick to get out of these rotations, quick to get side outs and some break points to go with their serves as well. Sign of a good team. How fast do you get the other team, the opponent, off the service line? Sakurajia puts it tight. Back to the right side, swing, no good. Off the hands, quick middle. And a great connection there. Eczacibasi working that zone of the net, and Emily Maglio, the 29-year-old Canadian, comes straight off the block and back into the attack. That's what we talk about when we say transition play. How quickly can you transition from your defense to your offense? Free ball. Back to middle. Is there a touch? Is it in? No, called wide. Maglio looking for an angle that doesn't exist. Železničar with Ana Maria Jonjev at the line. Quickly again. The wham bam play. High. Stuziak, one of those players that loves a high ball. Doesn't matter how fast you set her. Just give her the height to get up to her peak. She will go up and get the ball. 12-5 lead for the Serbians. High out of system play. Touch off the block, handled well. And it's Karakort from the backcourt unloading. Eczacibasi using every zone of the net. And their 26-year-old Turkish outside hitter adding a little spice from the backcourt. 3 blockers up and still can't slow her down. Another timeout called, 13-5 lead.
Hoću malo da vidim energije. Ovo ovde kuvana i to mora da se baci. Znači ima da izgaramo bre na terenu. Ajde malo, daj.
Karakort, the Black Wolf, back to serve. And it's an ace serve. She has all the tools in her kit. One of those Swiss Army knife players. A little bit of side spin on it, and she knew exactly where she wanted to go. They've been targeting Sakurajia so far this set. 14-5 lead. Better handled, the Serbians with a recycle play. And eventually going back to the right side. Vanja Savic, one of the players with international experience, spent 3 seasons in Le Canet in France. Maria Taracheva out of Bulgaria, now on the serve. Defense there, but too hot to handle. Emily Maglio, last season out of Beşiktaş, staying in Turkey. She's now played in 4 different Turkish teams, including Turk Hava Yolari and Nilüfer. Down the line, and again, not the tallest player, but she is certainly one of the go-tos. Yaprak Erkek. Springy, dynamic from the bump set as well, so she's inside. That's a disadvantage to her. Maglio again. Železničar looking for any spark of momentum. Filipovic, just 23 years old, the middle blocker. Puts that serve deep, looks for Karakurt. Tipped right back in her direction, and there's the danger. Middle blocker to serve. It's almost always middle blocker to defend. A good team will recognize where the weak spots are on the court. And Stysiak doing exactly that, a two-handed throw. Needing very little effort at all. Well, there's a quick rip to the right side. Going through the middle, and using the middle is something we haven't really seen a whole lot of on Železničar's side. Finally getting a ball to use it with. And send Savic back to the line. And another one from the backcourt, the best outside hitter of the Balkan champs, under 19 back in 2021. This is a player that the Serbian side have to keep using and will certainly look to. Front court and back court. Savic again. Again, she's looking to make Karakurt move. Doesn't matter though. Yaprak on the run on an inside ball. Yaprak as well with some experience outside of Turkey. Playing Eczacibasi last season, but did spend some time in Poland. Too much on it. The lead now 8 points for Eczacibasi. Can they hold on to it down the stretch? Sagrađija. Looking for Karakurt. That's the target. But she has paid off all those extra reps she's been getting in the pass. Almost a perfect ball into the setter, and then Sine Jakisal floating like a butterfly on the slide. Jakisal, the best spiker of the Turkish Cup in 2023. On the line now for the Turkish side. Is it too little, too late? We're seeing sparks of momentum. The Serbian side finding ways to at least cut the points run down to 1. Giving it right back is not going to help. Ratko Pavlicevic on the sideline was looking a little distraught. Özdemir came over from Beşiktaş last season. (20-12). The Olympic scoreline, possibly the best Olympics ever, in my humble and extremely biased opinion. Karakurt, line drive. The no-looky cookie, her specialty. She's getting better and better as the days go by. She's progressing in all areas of her game, and that vision is something that the high-level volleyball players have. If the line is open, how do you take it? How do you make the other team change to what you are doing? Quick middle again. Oh, what a scoop. Defense on the Serbian side, high to the outside. And one touch, but not two. As Eczacibasi creep closer to the end line. There is a big block in front of that swing between Stysiak and Maglio. Karakurt puts some pressure on her serve, but it's handled well. Back again, off the hands, easy pickup. To the middle again, slowing it down. Still comes back as Eczacibasi's side, matching with the court. At orange on orange, but this time the ball is down. The Serbians hanging on by a thread to this set. As Katakort is stopped. Cheva almost gets herself the overpass, but somehow Eczacibasi, in the most unlikely of circumstances, makes something out of nothing. Lemonade out of lemons with that pass. To the net. Setter almost in the net. Middle has to be up with a tip. Right side swing. Hands are there. Going again, this time back to Stysiak, and she hammers it down the line. Just the pummel. And again, if you're gonna give her line, same thing with their Katakort on the outside. These two have two of the biggest arms in volleyball. 24-13, set points. Eczacibasi to put the nail in the coffin, not yet. Staying aggressive, using the middle zone of the court. It's Vasia Filipovic to keep the Serbians alive, and she'll head back to the service line. Set point still for Eczacibasi. Is this the one? Oh, what a cover. Katakort's just putting out one hand, but a monster block. Two players in position. Koprivica and Sakradzija shutting down one of the best opposites in the Polish game. Set point remains. Katakort puts it in play. Stysiak has a second bite at the apple, and that'll do. First set goes the way of Eczacibasi, 25-15. And the ladies in orange barely breaking a sweat. There's another look at that final swing. Stysiak finding the space that she was looking for the first time. This time capturing a big hole in the block. That's credit to the pass, giving options to the setter. We are in the fourth round, and for both these two teams, it is almost the final match. Eczacibasi will face Milano to see who ends up in the top of the pool, assuming that they win this match. That's going to be the final decider. Železničar are looking to move on only if they can get a win here. Will they even have a chance to get that lucky third spot? Here's what happened so far in the stats. Attacks almost double, and pretty even Stevens in the blocks. But all right, people, get your phones out. Get on your Instagrams, your TikToks, your social media of choice. Join the conversation. Hashtag CLVolleyW. If you want to let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching, who you're rooting for, any predictions, any favorite players, favorite color, what the weather's like. Hey, look, whatever you want to talk about, we're here for the conversation. We are volleyball lovers just like you. And if you're tuning in, I assume the weather's a little chilly wherever you are, as we are middle of January. So we're happy to have you bundle up inside watching high-level volleyball with us. Eczacibasi took the first set in pretty dominant fashion, 25-15, had their talons in the set from the very first point. And we are here in Serbia, so likely the home crowd hoping for a fourth or fifth set. But we're going to have to see a very different looking style of play from the Serbians if they want to get something going here against one of the best teams in Turkey. Eczacibasi sitting in third place in the Turkish league, and of course they are up against teams like Vakifbank and Fenerbahce. Set number 2 underway. Karakort on the service line. Puts in some heat, and the block is in place. The coverage, however, not. Sakradzija putting some pace on the ball right into the hands of Stisiak. Karakort looking for the corner this time, switching things up. No go, point for Železničar. Tougher serving has to be at the forefront of the team in blue. Sakradzija watches on. Hands up, ready to swing on the right side. No point to be had yet. But Yaprak doing what she does best, which is just control the ball. Looking for that open space, recognizing the setter's run up short. There's gonna be a space there. Maglio out of the University of Hawaii in the USA. Oh, what a defense. Železničar. Two-handed throw, it's off the net. Yaprak again, not down yet. High ball chance, into hands, it scrambles through. Tight ball, there's the coverage, comes back over. Can the Serbians put away this free ball? Still not yet. Karakort in the defense. Stisiak finding a corner. What an angle. A Polish phenomenon from Fenerbahce last season, but the best scorer of the World Olympic qualifications in 2024. This is a player that can find some elite angles and will. Maglio again looking for a corner. Eczacibasi, a team that hang their hat on service pressure. You can see Rhett Larson there in the background. That's their strength and physical trainer with all the fun warm-ups. If you've ever seen those viral videos, that's who they come from. Eczacibasi's trainer. You gotta have fun when you warm up so you can get in the match and do things like this. Take it seriously, but also have some fun. What a rip. That's more like it. Železničar working a little bit of heat on the right side. Sakradzija. Right side swing. And again, getting the middle going. Eczacibasi utilizing Sinead Jackie Sal. She's a Champions League silver medalist from 2023. Certainly one of those players you want to use whenever possible, and especially in a shot like that. The long distance throw to the slide, really difficult to connect. It's a higher risk set, but pays off. Železničar out of system. They're working past the hands. Karakort. Now here's the trouble for Železničar. They gave her line, she took it. Now they give her cross court, she'll take that too. This ball slicing underneath and still keeps it deep. Incredible skill. Great coverage off the hands. From the pipe. A crafty but also strong whip of an arm coming out of Erkek. Timeout called. 7-3 lead.
Okay, you just have to try something. Ono što sam rekao, nemoj ulazite rano. Znači, zatrčiš se ono, baš si napeta si nogu odbrane. Vanja, ono što sam rekao, 6 metara, 6,5, nemojte staviti na 7. 6,5 pa se brani. I nemojte da ste napad i odbrani, sad će da sklopa mora. Okej, mi ćemo to iz jednog koraka.
Well, one of the few words I know in Serbian, ajde, means let's go, and the Serbians certainly need to go, and fast, as Eczacibasi is starting to get on a run again. Overpass, that is exactly what Eczacibasi are made of. Tough serving and backing it up in the front court. Sinead Jakisal, Club World Champion in 2024, takes a good 1/2 a step off the net, gives herself some space, and then rips it to the floor. Credit to Erkek on the serve as well. Can she get another overpass? Looks for the libero. Defense good. Tip. Somehow kept alive. Rally continues. Stiziak on the defense. Karakort, cross court, nope. And eventually, Železničar keep themselves alive, elongating the rally. Defensive plays allowing this swing to happen. Just slicing it down the line, past the setter's hands. More of that needed. Koprivica played in Romania and Hungary before this team. Is it in, is it out? Oh, out of bounds. Freebie for the Serbian side. Haven't seen one of those yet out of Karakort. She is trying to continue using different weapons and shots. One just beyond the line. 5-8. This one kept in play. Chance for Serbia. The block is there, and it's good. Rolls a few feet in the other direction. Could have been out of bounds. But does Eczacibasi take the point? 9-5 the lead. Jakisal. Point given to Serbia. Železničar trying to rack up some points here. Back to serve, Ana Maria Jonjev. The setter who played in Germany last season. Doesn't put it in play as Eczacibasi get the freebie. And it's 10-6. Ozdemir. She's going down the line. Right side swing and a huge stuff block. Try testing Karakort. She's 197 centimeters. of strength. (11-6). Eczacibasi getting some break points here. High ball out of system. And again into the hands, just turning it wide. So it falls out of court. Serbia can try to use that a little more. Took some speed off of it, angled it into Maglio. Aiming for the wrists rather than the hands. Very difficult to control your block if the ball goes off of your wrists. Your hands can face in the court, they can press down. If the ball comes traveling off of an area like a wrist or a fingertip, it becomes much more difficult to control the finish. There's the swing, and that one good. Železničar going back to Savage. Two-time winner of the French League. There are the fingertips, we talked about it just a minute ago. Where do you want to aim for so that the blockers can't control your attack? That's where. Filipovic on the serve. Will she be forced to defend? Yes, she will. The script is written. Maglio going sharp to 5. Pretty simple pickup for Akos as well. Maglio now on the line. Will the Serbians follow the same blueprint? No, off the hands cross. And Maglio, roll shot from the backcourt. And eventually it does go long off the hands, so I'm liking the change we're starting to see on the Serbian side. Points are not reflecting a win just yet, but we are seeing changes in the offensive strategy. Higher swings, reaching for the fingertips, especially when two things are happening. One, Maglio's in the defense, and two, Japrak is in the block. Gotta use the things that can be considered weaker areas against a team like this. Stesiak wants the touch. She's asking for it. Looking over at Coach Breglio. Oh, excuse me. Coach Bregoli. I'm confusing Maglio and Bregoli. Should know Bregoli's name. He was my coach for a year in France. And he did indeed accept the challenge, as did the referees. So the point stays with Eczacibasi. And another huge monster stuff block. Eczacibasi sending the ball back to the floor, and it's all Japrak. Just 182 centimeters tall. Compare that with Sinead Jakisal, who's next to her at 196. So it's the right decision to swing in that direction if you're the Serbian attacker. There's the response, block for block. Železničar using Koprivica. Pushing the hands over to the other side. Great finish. Is there another touch that time? Stesiak. Doesn't look like she's asking for it. No need. It's given. 6 points in the lead. How about an ace serve as well? A miscommunication down the channel of reception. Barely even a celebration. Out of Erkek. Tags the end line. Absolutely money. This time handled better. Tips there. The backcourt attack, though, is the infraction. Savage stepping on the line, and Eczacibasi take a free point. The lead extends to 8. Lucky number for Sinead Jakisal. Timeout called. What can Serbian do?
te oni teraju. Terajte na neki put na rizik, da odserviraš dobro. Uglavnom je koliko ima posto prijema, imaju 70%, 60%, nebitno, ovo ono. Ali da mi igramo kako treba, znači ono, kad dobijemo dobru loptu, da udaramo i tako, dobre odluke da donosimo i tako, ajde.
Well, we're more than halfway through the second set as Eczacibasi are looking for a rinse and repeat of the first set where they won 25-15. So far, so good. The errors are stacking up. Genevieve trying to get something going for her side as some substitutions are popping in on the Eczacibasi side. Coach Bregerly now has options. With a lead like this, 9-point advantage, you can start to work in some different areas. Give some other players a little bit of a chance to play. One of the changes, Catherine Bowden on the outside. Gets a good touch for her side, but another point handed directly to the ladies in the orange jerseys. High ball, it's tight. Used well to go to the back court. But again, infraction on the line, 20-10. Oh, what a solid serve. Reception good as well. Defense from Akos. Tips there, comes over on two. Stysiak was ready for it, but a tight ball makes it difficult. And it's almost setter for setter, almost like clockwork. Ozdemir sees her opponent setter do it. She wants to do the same thing. The blockers are ready. It's a 20-11 lead. Another one of those changes. Meliadikan on court for Eczacibasi, but it's an ace serve, and this is exactly what the Serbian side need more of. Ball dropping between Bowden and Akos. 2012 again. London Olympics twice in one match. You rarely get that. Who's coming out on top here? Looks like Eczacibasi getting the final point as there is a net touch. Hard to tell who it was, but in real time, in slow time, does look like that belonged to the Serbian side. St. Jackie Sal. Oh, what a change up. Gets the overpass, out of system play, bump set. Unusable. And somehow, some way, the Serbians get themselves out of that hot water. It almost felt like a guaranteed point for Eczacibasi. And the higher level teams will try to make the most of those free balls. An overpass almost has to be if you want to be competing for a Champions League medal. How does Eczacibasi keep their minds switched on? Well, there's one way. Get Stysiak going in the backcourt. The higher level teams will respect their opponents no matter what, dominating if they can. It's not about taking your feet off the gas. 22-13. Defended, high ball again. Stysiak asked to swing. Has gone too long on it. That's a tough ball as well. That ball coming from sideways, behind, inside as well. Had to make all kinds of contortions of the body to try and swing it in. Hala. The block gets a good touch. but it's out of the reach of Sakrađija, the 31-year-old Serbian outside. Can only watch it fall. She's had to take up a lot of space in the defense. Another one, an ace serve. Clean down the channel from Bowden. Catherine Bowden out of the USA, the 27-year-old. She's been at Conegliano, played in Japan, Monza, came out of Stanford in the USA. It is set point Eczacibasi, and somehow the Serbian side keep themselves in it, going to the middle. We haven't seen that a lot. Second set point opportunity for Eczacibasi to put it away. Well handled, out of system for the swing. Not yet. Sakrađija tries to keep it in play, and she will go in deep. Sakrađija, one of the few players with a lot of international experience. Kazakhstan, Romania, France, Poland, Turkey, Switzerland, been playing pro since 2009. But another set point has been brought up, and it'll be put away straight through the middle. That's Eczacibasi's secret weapon. Maglio on a good pass. Handled well by Dicken. Barely having to take a step, and Maglio has a wide open net. Similar scoreline, 25-16 in the second, 25-15 in the first. And last time these two teams met, LAJKOVAC were not able to get over 17 points. So that's the benchmark. Pretty much rinse and repeat in the stats as well. Double the attacks, a couple more blocks, errors pretty low on both sides. Question is, does the Serbian side jump online, use the hashtag CLVolleyW if you want to chat with us. Let us know how this match is going for you. Did you have a 3-0 win on your bingo card? Or do you see Serbia and LAJKOVAC pushing a little bit further, pressuring this Eczacibasi side? I mentioned it in the beginning, Eczacibasi looking to get that win, looking to be clean on sets, or on wins at least, with Milano. Eczacibasi have to get the win, and then it'll all come down to that final match to see who goes forward with that free ticket straight to the quarterfinals. Will we see the same starters? Will there be any changes? What does Coach Bregoli have up his sleeve? Bregoli coached in Italy in Chieti since 2019 before heading over to Eczacibasi. One more set needed for Eczacibasi to head home to dinner. Set number 3 underway. Eczacibasi keeps Bowden in the mix. There's one change, as well as Diken. Again, Coach Bregoli has options, and one of the best attackers in the world is one of them. MVP of the NCAA back in 2019. To the middle, to the block, and another point for Eczacibasi. Excellent read through the middle. Maglio waiting, pouncing slow. She doesn't go early. She waits until the set is done and then reacts. High outside, Sakurajia has a lot of work to do. Bowden with a great pickup. Free ball chance. Tip is there, the blockers are high again. What a scrappy play. Eczacibasi trying to prove what they've got. Back to the right side, middle going flying in. Utilizing the slide. We haven't seen a lot of that out of Maglio just yet. She was the best middle blocker, the Norseca champs in 2023. A lot of heat on her arm. Ball in play. Right side is there, so is the block, and again, testing Maglio, and this time Bowden's with her. And keep in mind, Bowden, one of the taller players out there as well. Standing over 2 meters tall. Not a whole lot of space to work with if you're the Serbian side. A 4-0 lead. Free ball coming to Jackie Sal. Bowden. And this time she is denied. And the Serbian block stepping in at a big time. Filipovic, who helped her team win the Serbian League last season. Filipovic looks for Akuz. Another ball into the hands. Is it recycled? Nope, out of bounds. Great choice by Bowden to go a little softer. Just pushing it again into the forearms. We talked about areas of the block that you can target. It's really difficult to direct the ball with your forearms. Denied. Blocking stepping up in a big way in this set. From left side to right side, doesn't seem to matter. Gotten some stuff blocks all over the court, and there's the change, right? You can see the right hand just pressing into the court. That's what you do if you're a blocker and the ball goes slowly into your fingers or into the palm of your hand. You can push it back into the court. That is exactly what Stysiak did. (6-2) lead, Eczacibasi. Maglio hanging out in the front. Looks like she's in the reception, but she's not. She's there at the 3-meter line. But Savic, how about an ace serve? Serbia asking for more from their servers. And Savic goes high and deep and just drops it over the corner, over the shoulder of Bowden. Again, one of the fresh players on court. Definitely worth testing her. Stysiak using her height. Stysiak starting at 2 meters and 3. She can get up there. High over the block, rolls it kind of between the hands, in fact. capitalizing on a seam in the block. 3-7, and Bowden to serve. Well slowed down. Blockers doing their job. Stysiak again on the right side this time. Defense looking good, hands are there. And again, right side swing, defense. Decan keeping it in play for the swing into the hands. No. Denied again. Patience paying off. This time the hands of Koprivica. Best blocker of the Hungarian Cup and League in 2022. Defense good. Slicing underneath, and Eczacibasi will take that. Free ball coming. Tip over, well read. Off the hands, chance again. Cross court from Decan, who hasn't been asked to do a whole lot. She's just coming in and starting this set, played a couple of points in the last one. Recognizing the game. Comes in tight, knows there's probably a tip coming, and then she's the one to throw the tip deep. 9-4 is the lead. Hands there for the taking this time. Radana Korolia works off Stysiak, the 20-year-old who's only ever played in Serbia. Koprivica looks for Decan, quick to Sine Jakisal, self-coverage. Back outside, and a push. Is it enough? Is there a touch? Eczacibasi saying no. Ozdemir says that was out, no touch. There will be a challenge coming, so no need for the discussion. It is a review in progress. Coach Bregali taking the chance to chat to his players, as is Coach Pavlicevic. Bregali, head coach of Germany previously. Was with Sweden as well as assistant coach with Italy for 5 years. And it is a point for Eczacibasi. Good challenge, good conversation between the players. As we get a little look at it. Oh, that is barely. You almost think a little more compression of the ball and it definitely would have touched. Adding a couple of frames to go with. So that frame going in favor of Eczacibasi. 10-5's the lead. Just out, not by much. And 6. Back outside. Oh, what a powerful swing. Decan going for the deep court, but I think that was out. And the referees tend to agree. Trying to add some speed as well as their power, and it's a one-on-one. That's a chance. Missed by Eczacibasi, this time using Jakisal. Back to the tried and true. Stesiak, one of the top scorers, had 10 points in the first 2 sets. Levkik had 8, changed out. The Serbian side just going power rather than precision on that final swing. 16, or the number 16 at the service line. That's Koraliđa. No defense though. Tips working well. Bowden doing a great job of pulling the strings. You're going hard-driven ball down the line or across to a corner, then you drop it short, and it's really difficult for the players that are defending to catch up quick enough. Oh, what a touch. Just out of bounds though. Good reactions from Bowden. Still a lead by 4. Down to 3. His math is hard. Železničar. Filipović at the line. How about an ace serve? Yes, please. Vasja Filipović answering the call of her coach to serve a little tougher. The Serbian side need more of that. Going for Bowden and Deakin, that seam between the two. But it doesn't pay off a second time. High ball to Stesiak, and she'll clean it up. Goes fast enough, and it's deceptive enough to catch just 1 and almost a half a block. There's Rhett. Hi, Rhett. Free ball again. High and tight into the hands. Again. Just working that difficult spot. Back again. Defense going good for the Serbian side. They're down just by 3. No, cannot close the gap because the close is in the block. Maglio doing extra duty up front. Best blocker of the World Olympic qualification in 2024. A player that has been patrolling for her team. The dribbler almost falls. Sakuradzija finding those hands again. It's the 1-2 punch as Anna Smrek now into the mix. The University of Wisconsin graduate at 2 meters and 7. Try swinging into that. Timeout.
Neka lopta ovde, ne može mnogo toga da se igra i lagano. Znači ovde Dragana Pajt. Dragana Pajt, da se čuje, cela sala da čuje. I da se odigra, na primjer, Alma, i da se odigra iza, i da rešimo situaciju. Ajmo!
Free ball coming back. It's a 5-point lead for Eczacibasi. And again, they're going to Maglio. She's been offensive and defense, all areas of volleyball. We talk about players that are one-sided. She is not. Look at how much effort she's putting into getting available, being high, quick off the net. Good recycle. Chance again. Tip coming, handled well. Cross court, and that's not going down. 6-10 is the lead. Can the Serbian side close it to 5 with this swing? Is there a touch? Sato asking for it. Well, you see the spin, and it's a little bit of a backspin on the swing. So you imagine there might be a touch, and especially if you're going up against a team that has players over 2 meters on the other side, chances are they touch the ball. And indeed, the point will stay with the Serbians. Some missed opportunities. Železničar sends it long. Catherine Bowden, formerly Plummer, if you're looking for a name to recognize on the international scene, out of USA. Deep corner. Tight ball and an even tighter block. Excellent hands from Smrek. There's not really much you can do there. You have to be the second one to push if you're jousting. But Smrek doesn't have to get off the ground. That's the problem. Timeout called.
Da se ta lopta ispravi, da se ispravi to dizanje, neko ili kašnjenje. To ću da vam kažem, znači, to mora da odreagujemo, oni nas teraju na to, teraju nas na atletiku bolju. Ajde, daj.
Bowden at the line. We're at 8-11 to lead. Serbian side need to make a push here. Good communication. High ball coming, and the block again absolutely denied. Smrek brought in for one reason and one reason only, to be a dominant force at the net, and that is exactly what she's been doing. She is crushing dreams and breaking hearts in the front court. Substitution on Železničar's side. Nina Stanojevic comes in. The 19-year-old doesn't have to receive, though. Quick error gives the freebie back to the Serbian side. Stanojevic on the serve. Only ever played in Serbia. Gresson. Cross court coming back, and Diken, or Meliha as she's known to her fans, making swift work of that attack. Turkey, one of the leagues where players can put their first name on their jersey if they like, much like in Brazil. (2012), 3 times in a row we've got the London Olympic scoreline in one match. That has to be the first time I've ever seen it. Chance to swing, and Serbia get it off the block. Trying to close the gap. It is a huge mountain to climb as Eczacibasi have hit the red zone. One of the players asked to do more than their fair share of offense is Vanja Savic. But she's had only 4 points in the first 2 sets. Not enough as an opposite. Koprivica, best server of the Serbian Cup in 2025. What's she got up her sleeve? Well, not enough to slow down Jackie Saal, and if you're getting the middle going, you know you're not serving tough enough. Jackie Saal with a one-on-one, pretty much a guaranteed point. No good from Smrek. 4 points from taking the match in 3 sets. Yonjev, who's played not only in Germany, also Montenegro and the Ukraine. And another point for Jackie Sal. Keep feeding the beast. If there's a middle blocker you want to get going, she is it. Best spiker in Japan in 2020. Look at the angles she's getting. Safe to say, she's looking at the block and then making decisions on where to swing. Meliha. What a defense. Stays in play, but not for long. Meliha scooping something. Korea looks for Bowden. Backcourt, Smrek comes firing in, and that's the first time she's been used from the backcourt in this match. But I like the idea. I like Eczacibasi having the luxury of changing out some of their players and giving a little bit of experience to some of the youngers. Serve zone 1 is the request. And indeed, it is abided by. Sometimes when your coach will give you a serving signal, though, you might take a little heat off your serve in order to put it where it needs to go, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. Easier to handle. Well finished by Stanojevic. How about an ace serve as well? This one, give it to Milica. Jivanovic. The 28-year-old opposite flings it down that line. That's worked really well. It's that communication zone. Bowden and Deacon, they haven't been playing all match long together. Trying to capitalize on some miscommunication. Better handled. And there it is through Maglio. She goes underneath the hands of the block, and that brings match point Eczacibasi. Working down the line, here's the swing and the block, and it's fitting that Eczacibasi would finish with a stuff block. And that has been the strength of this Turkish team all match long. We knew it would be. They had 16 blocks last time these two teams met. The challenge was for the Serbian side to get around the big hands, but Smrek put in for exactly that duty, and it was paying off. Eczacibasi ending with 13 blocks in this match. And look at the score lines. 15, 16, and 17 were the points that Železničar were able to get. Not enough. Not competitive enough against a team that's looking to perhaps, well, they're definitely wanting to get themselves a medal in this competition. This is one of the tougher pools with Eczacibasi and Milano in the same one, but there's the MVP. Given out, rightfully so, to the setter, Dilay Özdemir, a 20-year-old out of Turkey. She was getting all her weapons going, firing in all cylinders, and that's what we mean. A setter that can change a match. She was utilizing middle, backcourt, right side. We saw the pins going. And the numbers, again, pretty similar again in that third set. The blocks are what stand out to me. 8 blocks in one set for Eczacibasi. Simga Akos leading the way there. The 34-year-old libero doesn't get a whole lot of credit either. She's been with Eczacibasi since 2016. Just patrolling that backcourt. A lot of good receptions happening. The aces, well, Železničar got 4 of them. But overall, the reception numbers were relatively high, passing at positive 67%. Evens in the errors, but look at the blocks and the attacks as well. Double the blocks, double the attacks. So it really was stemming from probably a more aggressive serve on Eczacibasi's side. You don't see it in the ace numbers, but the Serbians were really trying to get themselves out of sticky situations more often than not. They were out of system, trying to swing against a high block. Didn't get their middle running very often. And when they did, it was just easy to read. Eczacibasi will be extremely happy with this win. As they take some pictures to celebrate the victory, and they are now onwards and upwards. The Serbian side are officially out of the competition after this loss. They do still have one more match against Olympiacos of Greece on February 4th. But that same day, Eczacibasi will battle it out with Milano for top spot in the pool. And again, top spot in the pool means more than just bragging rights. If you finish at the top, you move on automatically to the quarterfinals. If not, you have to do a playoff round where you have one more home match and away match. If you finish second in the pool, of course there are 5 pools, so there are going to be 5 teams that finish second and 1 team that finishes third. The highest ranked third team will be in that playoff situation as well.
Congratulations on the win, great performance, team's performance, your personal also. How do you feel right now when you know you need just one more win to get the first place in group?
First of all, I want to thank everyone, especially my teammates, because they were really supportive to me today. I think we did a great job today as a team, and I'm really happy. Also, this was my first time in Serbia, and I really liked it, so thank you for everyone.
Do you think this win boosts even more your confidence and the team's play?
Yes, as a team, I think we're going really great. We're preparing really hard for every game, and yeah, I could say that I'm really proud of us for today. Yeah,
thank you very much. Enjoy your win and enjoy in Serbia.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The words of Dilek Özdemir, Turkish setter, but sounds as if she's had spent some time in Europe. Has a little bit of a Dutch accent. I don't know if I'm hearing that the same way as you are. Let me know. But congratulations to her and her team. A 3-0 win for Eczacibasi. And they will be waiting for Milano on the 4th
Železničar i Eczacibasi bio glavni trener lajkovačkog sastava na terenu sadašnje reprezentativke Vanja Ivanović i Aleksandra Uzelac. Ana Antonijević u te dve utakmice odigrala samo početkom maja održati u Ulker areni. Stigao je u Srbiju, što je lep povod da tribine Lajkovačke sportske dvorane budu ispunjene. Tako je bilo 3. decembra kada se Železničar sastao sa Milanom, tako će biti i večeras kada će Železničar ugostiti osvajača Lige šampiona 2015. Neko će s razlogom reći da ovo sezonski Eczacibasi nije na nivou nekih prethodnih godina ako bi se u obzir uzeo igrački kadar, pogotovo nakon odlaska Tijane Bošković u Vakif. Međutim, i dalje je reč o skupu sjajnih odbojkašica, što je moglo da se vidi i u trećem kolu ligaške runde kada je Eczacibasi savladao Milano 3-2. Sinead Jack Kissal je te večeri odigrala jednu od najboljih utakmica u karijeri, što u elementu bloka, što u napadu. Sinead od početka sezone ima kontinuitet dobrih partija, često je dvocifrena, a o poenterskom doprinosu Magdalene Stisjak i Ebrar Karakurt ne bi trebalo posebno govoriti. Sa učinkom od 3 pobjede i 1 poraza, Eczacibasi je doputovao u Lajkovac i prema trenutnoj raspodeli sve ide ka tome da će se pitanje prvoplasiranog tima u ovoj grupi rešavati naredne sedmice u Milanu. Eczacibasiju će u tom susretu protiv Volleya biti potrebna pobjeda vredna 3 boda za potvrdu prvog mesta u grupi C, što donosi, znamo već, direktan plasman u četvrtfinale elitnog takmičenja. Svi drugoplasirani i najbolje treće plasirani tim ligaške faze igraće play-off, dok će preostali treće plasirani evropsku misiju nastaviti u četvrtfinalu CEV kupa. To su otprilike neke najvažnije informacije koje bi trebalo da znate u vezi sa ligaškom fazom Lige šampiona. Podrazumeva se da mnogi znaju, ali nije na odmet ponoviti i podsjetiti se na sam format takmičenja. Železničar u teoriji može da završi na 3. mjestu u grupi, ali u tom slučaju prvak Srbije treba da osvoji 6 bodova u preostale 2 utakmice, 3 boda večeras i toliko sledeće srede kada u ovoj dvorani bude gostovao Olimpijakos. Želje su jedno, mogućnosti nešto sasvim drugo i uz maksimalno uvažavanje našeg šampiona razmišljati u tom pravcu bilo bi krajnje neozbiljno. Slušamo vrlo brzo himnu Ligu šampiona, a potom nastavljamo direktan prenos. Verujem da se mnogi i dalje sećaju prvih utakmica Eczacibasija i Železničara. Nije to bilo baš tako davno, pošto ih je žreb sastavio u prvoj rundi glavne faze CEV kupa 2021. Najbolju igru u te 2 utakmice Železničar je ponudio u prvom setu susreta u Lajkovcu, koji je okončan rezultatom 28-26 u korist istanbulskog tima. Serena Salvati iz Italije i Matej Tvardovski iz Poljske biće arbitri večerašnjeg susreta. Branko Kovačević je, kada su te 2021. igrali Železničar i Eczacibasi, bio glavni trener Lajkovačkog sastava. Na terenu sadašnje reprezentativke Vanja Ivanović i Aleksandra Uzelac. Ana Antonijević u te 2 utakmice odigrala samo 1 set. Ljubica Milojević, Jovana Mirosavljević, libero Marina Vujović. Dakle, veoma kvalitetan roster imao je Železničar te takmičarske godine. Eczacibasi tada u to vreme sa Tijanom i Majom Ognjenović u sastavu praktično se prošetao do trofeja. Startne postave jednog i drugog tima na poziciji tehničara sa brojem 6 je Dilaj Ozdemir, samo 20 godina. Budućnost i Eczacibasija i turske reprezentacije. Magdalena Stisjak sa njom u dijagonali na mestu korektora. Ekrer i Karakurt primači, Maljo i Sinejt Kisal srednji blokeri. Legendarna Simge Akoz početni izbor na poziciji libera. Jedna od, bez dileme, najkvalitetnijih odbojkašica ikada u reprezentaciji Turske na mestu libera. Trener gostujuće ekipe je Italijan Giulio Cesare Bregoli. Kada je reč o početnom odabiru Ratka Pavličevića, koji je glavni trener Lajkovačkog tima, Emileta Račeva i Sara Sakradžija, primačka dijagonala, Koprivica i Vasija Filipović, srednji blokeri. Jonjev praktično jedina odbojkašica na poziciji tehničara, dostupna Ratku Pavličeviću. Sa njom u dijagonali na poziciji korektora Vanja Savić i libero ujedno i kapiten tima Stefana Pakić. Železničar je premijerno učešće u Ligi šampiona započeo upravo u Istanbulu, gde se krajem novembra sastao sa Eczacibasijem. Po setovima bilo je 25-12, 25-16 i 25-17 za trostrukog osvajača svetskog klubskog prvenstva. Ratko Pavličević određene probleme imao je u ovoj utakmici, rekao već Ana Marija Jonjev, praktično jedini pravi tehničar koji mu je na raspolaganju. Tu u dvorani je Bugarka Loraki Tipova, ona ne može trenutno da pomogne jer ima neke zdravstvene probleme, a što se tiče Katarine Lukić, koja je nedavno potpisala, ajde da kažemo, pristupnicu Lajkovačkom timu, nije ni licencirana za Ligu šampiona u ove preostale dve utakmice, dakle protiv Eczacibasija i Olimpijakosa. Na nju neće moći da računa Ratko Pavličević, ne znam koji su razlozi u pitanju, ali naknadno licencirati odbojkašicu za ligašku fazu Lige šampiona košta dosta i verujem da zbog toga Katarina večeras nije bila u kombinaciji za sastav. Počela je utakmica petog kola C grupe Lige šampiona. Železničar ima kontranapad. Pokušaj iz zone 4 preko Sare Sakradžije. Igra se i dalje. Odbranila se Ozdemir. Da li je našla vrh bloka Magdalena Stisjak? Izgleda da jeste. Prvi poen u večerašnjoj utakmici pripada odbojkašicama Eczacibasija. Uzima ga Magdalena Stisjak, dugogodišnja reprezentativka Poljske. Ono što smo mogli da primetimo je da je našla vrhove prstiju Vasije Filipović. Reprezentativka Kanade Emily Maljo. Prvi napad sa Vanjom Savić nije prošao, menja se napadačka zona. Fino je ovo naslonila na blok Sakradžija. Insistira na tome da ima malo bolji zamah, ali ponovo po paraleli dobro stoji Dilaj Ozdemir. Pomoćno dizanje. Ne uspeva još uvek Železničar da stigne do prvog poena, ali borba za laganje tu i ovo je nešto što će sigurno da se dopadne treneru Pavličeviću. Pakić, Čekićem sada ka Sakradžiji. Sjajna zaštita dvojnog bloka u režiji tehničara Eczacibasija. Imali smo reli okončanje greškom turskog tima. Sada pogled tamo trenera Bregolija ka svojim pomoćnicima, ka prostoru gde se nalaze rezervne odbojkašice. Izgleda da ćemo imati prvi video ček. Ukoliko se ispostavi da je to napadačka greška, neće servirati Vasija Filipović, biće 2-0. Otišao je do monitora Matije Tvardovski da pogleda. Pretpostavljam da ova analiza neće dugo trajati. Ne vidim baš najjasnije ova naša komentatorska pozicija u dvorani. Nije baš idealna da možemo jasno da uočimo šta se dešava ispod nas, ali mnogo je važnije da Mati donese odluku. Da li je bilo od bloka ili nije, šta kažu sudije, izgleda da nije. I da će to da bude prvi poen za odbojkašice Železničara. Ovakvi poeni sigurno mogu da podignu samopouzdanje kompletnoj ekipi, pogotovo kada ga osvojite u toj dugoj razmeni i pogotovo kada je preko puta terena jedan takav odbojkaški gigant kakav je Eczacibasi. 2 odigrana poena, 1-1 u prvom setu, servira Vasija Filipović. Ne prolazi prvi napad sa Stisjak, kontranapad za Železničar. Ne može na drugoj strani ni korektor Železničara. Sineid Džekisal. Dobila je umeđu vremenu turski pasoš, udala se za Turčina, tako da je stekla mogućnost da nastupa za reprezentaciju Turske. 25-godišnja Magdalena Stisjak, 2:02 visoka. Njena prva servis rotacija. Sakradžija prihvata, Sakradžija se izvlači za napad. Evo poena za startnog primača servisa Lajkovačkog tima, izjednačenje 2:2. Vanja Savić. Ni ova takmičarska godina nije mogla da prođe bez problema s leđima. Na svu sreću, povreda ovoga puta nije bila ozbiljnije prirode i imaće dovoljno vremena Vanja Savić da uhvati zalet pred najvažniji deo takmičarske godine. Japerek Ekert na servisu. Ponovo je meta Sakradžija. Ovo bi trebalo da je napadačka greška Emilete Račeve, upravo tako, ne prolazi Pipe, lepo je bilo videti svakako malo drugačiju selekciju organizacije napada. Break point Eczacibasi, 4:2, ponovo će servirati Erkek. Jonjev, još jednom napad iz zone 6, ponovo nije prošlo. kuvanje Dila i Ozdemir. Najubedljivija razlika u poenima sa kojom Eczacibasi. Potrudit će se Vanja da uhvati zalet za najvažniji deo takmičarske godine. Železničar je